In 2018, around 2 years before BTS' contract was due to end, Big Hit Entertainment offered to re-sign the members. However, it was also during this time when BTS members were experiencing the most difficult time of their entire careers. It was an extreme situation where even J-Hope described it as hell, with uncertainty if they can keep going. So, what is this album that nearly marked the end of BTS's music journey? In order to answer that, we need to go back to 2013, when BTS first signed their contract with Big Hit Entertainment. Korean idol groups' contract renewal is one of the most unusual things about the industry. Once idols debut, their contracts with their companies typically last 7 years. However, Decision Day came earlier for BTS. The reason behind this is because Big Hit foresaw BTS's potential for a global stadium tour, but needed to plan schedules years ahead.
Kpop sensation BTS
소년단의 K-pop 아이돌
This video just broke a major
boyband quickly taking over the world. It's a new high on this week's Billboard Hot 100.
Given BTS's popularity, financial prospects, and strong member relationships, there was no reason for them not to renew their contract. Right? Paradoxically, however, this relationship became their dilemma. The idea of one leaving the group, while the remaining members stayed together, had never even crossed their minds.
친구들이 없이는 저도 없어요. 파이팅!
And for Suga, his mounting anxiety added another layer to the inevitable dilemma stemming from BTS's success.
생각도 많아지는 때였고 좀 회의감을 좀 많이 들었었거든요. 이 일에서.
In the midst of emotional strain and overwhelming fatigue, they were facing a tough time. And as the topic of contract renewal emerged, a wave of negative emotions swept over them, leaving them feeling consumed. V summarizes that time as follows: "We were working on love yourself, but we couldn't love ourselves." Regrettably, with each passing moment, the issues surfacing alongside the contract renewal escalated into an increasingly dire situation.
나의 의미 아직도 잘 모르겠어요. 그냥 아직 멀었어요. 저는 나의 의미에 대해서 생각하기에는.
The group itself was in a pretty dangerous situation. There was even talk of not making the new album. RM even called his parents in advance to let them know there might not be another album. However, what Jin was really struggling with wasn't the group's uncertain future. Quoting, "I felt really guilty about the fans. Maybe my smile right now is fake." However, even amid uncertainty about contract renewal, the members were determined to finish the album no matter what, and poured their hearts into the process.
Wow! 아, 이건 반칙인데?
다치고 아파도 끝없이 달리는 꿈을 향해 나리는 꽃잎빛 사이로 헤매며 달리는 힘으로 Whoever will I go 넘어져 다치고 아파도 끝없이 달리는 꿈을 향해
BTS's love for the fans, and on the other side of that love, which was a psychological pain in which the group was in danger of splitting up, birthed the first ever Korean album to make #1 on the Billboard 200, the Love Yourself tier. This reveals that the album that nearly marked the end of BTS's music journey was Love Yourself Chung Her, while Love Yourself Juan tier almost did not make it out into the world. The raw vulnerability was precisely what made the title song Fake Love from Love Yourself tier feel authentic. Contrary to what the title implies, fake love isn't about false love. Instead, it delves into the intentions and anxieties of someone concealing their pain from their loved one, striving to present only their best self, a psychodramatic technique that exchanges fear for a positive attitude. If we think about the problems BTS were going through, it even seems as if Bang Si-hyuk was proposing the Love Yourself Juan tier album as a process of psychological treatment for the members. In fact, during the album's production, the BTS members had poured out their emotions without restraint, especially Suga. To further explain the whole album, the intro Singularity, up until Fake Love, The Truth Untold, is all about person living their life wearing a mask. Love Maze, positioned strategically at the album's midpoint, delves into the metaphor of navigating a dark maze while emphasizing the commitment to never part ways with the other person. While there is Magic Shop, in which BTS offers comfort to the other person, Anpan Man, in which BTS say that even if they are the weakest of heroes, they will live life as heroes to someone. However, even as they prepared for the album, BTS had yet to reach a decision regarding contract renewal. Yet on May 20th, 2018, a small change became something meaningful, changing the current within the group after this event. But that is another story. Oh, did I mention what song BTS concluded their tier album with?
All 7 members of the BTS have agreed to renew their contracts with their agency, Kpop Music.
In the end, all 7 members not only renewed their contracts, but also agreed to a 7-year term, surpassing the length of their initial 5-year agreement.
Can you imagine Love Yourself Tear not being released? The world would definitely witness some tears, but it'd be streaming down my face instead.